are tackling CO27 today, which is graphing an equation in point slope form. Leave people's backpacks alone, please. Put it back. Not a very smooth klepto. So we have two equations that we have learned. Three actually, if you include standard form. The standard form isn't really easily graphable. Slope-intercept form and point slope form both are, because they give you an ordered pair, and then more importantly, they each give you the slope. Remember the difference, right? The difference between slope-intercept form and point slope form is what? They both give you. They both give you the slope, right? But how do they differ? Lucas.
Slope-intercept form, the point is always the intercept.
Okay, slope-intercept form gives you the y-intercept to plot first, and then use the slope. Point slope form gives you, Henry?
Specific, what is it?
A specific point.
Yeah.
Not on the y-intercept, just someplace else on the corner plane somewhere, and then the slope so that you can find a second point. Okay, that's the difference between them. Usually, well, I shouldn't say usually, but in point slope form, the reason why we have it is so that when our y-intercept is not an integer, you know, it's difficult to plot -4.9 and then use a slope to find a second point. That's where we have another nice round integer specific point someplace else. So you'll notice that on this page I flip-flop between slope-intercept and point slope. So you have to look at the equation, recognize which form it's in, determine what it tells you, and then graph. So the first one, y equals 3x minus 2. Which form is that? Slope-intercept form, which means this -2 tells you what point are you plotting first? The b, what's the order pair? 0, -2, right? This is the y-intercept, because it's in slope-intercept form. 0, -2, the y-intercept is what you're plotting first. So go ahead and do that. 0, -2. What's our slope? 3/1. So from this point, we go up 3/1, and there we have the line. Same thing you did in PO22. Okay? The next one. What form is that in?
Point slope form.
Point slope form, which means it gives us a specific point. And here's where your understanding of those subtraction signs and how they affect the numbers in the formula is key. Because, you know, this -1, this 1 is our x1 here. This is our y1. That's where our specific ordered pair comes from. What is the specific ordered pair that this equation tells us is on the line? Emerson? +1, +4. Where folks are going to get this objective wrong is they're going to put -1 and -4. But why is it not -1 and -4? We hammered this over and over again.
Because you did the opposite.
Because the subtraction signs are part of the formula. Okay? Y minus y1. This number is what you want. It's like Gabe said, it's kind of the opposite of what you see in the formula. Okay? So 1,4 is what you plot first. Again, not on the y-axis, someplace else. And the slope is up to over 1. Okay? There's your line. Right?
Oh.
Let's do another point slope form one just because that's kind of the new one here. Okay? But questions on how we got that? Hey, Claire. No? Okay. Okay, second row. We've got 2 of them in point slope form, 1 in slope-intercept form. Let's do this first one. What is the ordered pair that this equation gives us? Pay attention to those signs. Think oppositiveness. Grayson?
1, -3.
1, -3. It's +1 in the ordered pair. And it's -3 in the ordered pair because in order to get a plus sign here, this would have had to been y minus -3, right? The subtraction symbol is part of the formula, which means our value in the ordered pair would have been negative to switch that to be a positive. As Gabe said, you're just thinking the opposite of what you see there. Like I said, this is what's going to trip you up on the test. So if there's confusion about why it's opposite, how the signs come into play, please ask. Because once you get that part down, the rest of it's just plotting and connecting lines. Okay? So 1, -3 is our specific point. We got that from the formula. Our slope is up 3 over 4. So up 3 over 4. And this is a prime example of where our y-intercept is not going to be pretty. Okay? It's somewhere between -3 and -4. We don't know exactly where. Okay? But this is why point and slope form, when your y-intercept is not an integer, why it's helpful. Okay? Skip over the third one there. Y plus 2 equals 1/10, -1/10 times x plus 6. What is the, and don't say it out loud, but what is the ordered pair that this equation gives us? Take a look at it, study it. What could it be?
Interesting.
Claire?
-6, -2.
Good. -6, -2. The opposite of what you see in the formula because of how those signs interact with each other. Okay? So, -6, -2. Right here. We're going down 1 over 10. My goodness. Way over here. Okay? Another pretty nasty y-intercept. It's somewhere between -2 and -3. Not an integer. Plotting that would be difficult. So that's why we have point slope form. And that's basically it. You're flip-flopping back and forth between the slope-intercept form, point slope form, understanding what each equation tells you, what information you can pull from it, and then graphing it. This is a 2-pager, I do believe.
Yep.
Woohoo! Okay.
It's easy.
The bottom, it says for each graph below, write the equation of the line in point slope form. If we're going to write the equation of the line in point slope form, that means we need the slope and we need a point. Now there are no ordered pairs given to you here. There's nothing marked. So this is where you've got to, we've done this before, take a look at the line and see where does it pass through a corner. What ordered pair could I use? It looks like it passes through here. Looks like it passes through here, a corner there, a corner there. You don't need all of them, right? You just need one. So not the y-intercept, but pick an ordered pair that you want to use here. Of these 4 options, because not the y-intercept, what ordered pair should we use?
Oh.
Who wants to be the one to determine our fate today? Addie, which ordered pair?
The 0, 1.
Not the y-intercept though,
Oh.
because that would bring us to slope-intercept form. We wanted to write it in point slope form. Peyton.
The -1 or 4 -1.
4 -1. All right. So we'll get rid of these. We're using 4 -1. We do need the slope though, which is why this second order pair I kept it on there. What is the slope of this line here? Yeah.
-1, 2.
-1 over 2. We're going down 1 over 2. So our slope -1/2. Peyton wanted to use the 4 -1 as our ordered pair. And now it's just like CO26, right? Where I gave you the slope, I gave you a point, you wrote the equation in point slope form. Just plug those values in. Y plus 1 equals -1/2
Thanks.
times x minus 4. Okay? If we had used a different ordered pair that I had marked on here, we'd get a different equation, but it would still represent this line because our slope would be the same and we'd be using a point that's on the line. So you will get different answers as far as which ordered pair you use for these. Your slopes should all be the same, but depending on what ordered pair you use, that's going to be different. But again, how you pick those ordered pairs, you're looking for where it passes through a corner. So that is an option. That is an option. This is an option. Okay?
Can you not do like a one on the line?
Don't, for the order pair that you pick here, don't do the y-intercept, because then that's just slope intercept form. Pick a different one.
What about next intercept?
You can use an x-intercept. That's okay. Just not the y-intercept. Alright, this is due tomorrow. Are there any questions on it?
Nope.
You have, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with all this extra time? 18 minutes to work. Khan Academy is due tonight.
Oh my goodness.
If you've not done Khan, if you want to study for the big kahuna,
Okay,
that's coming up today as well. But for now, that's how you math.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.